Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Pathway, where it is the night of the Black Pharaoh. The wild rumors circulating among local occultists over the past few weeks lead you to one terrifying conclusion. The unholy cultists of the Konesh Brotherhood plan to reawaken Turash Ra, the Black Pharaoh. You travel to the stone desert of Merowe to stop them. I'm pretty sure that's pronounced Merowe. So, this is our first 3 difficulty adventure. We don't really know what the difficulty skulls mean. I guess we could probably look in the codex, right? Adventures. No, it doesn't seem to really say. My guess is that what this means is that we are going to see enemies of up to tier 3 difficulty, as we were starting to see tier 2 enemies at the beginning of the last one. Maybe like all of the enemies are at least tier 2, some of them are tier 3, something like that. I think that would be consistent with what we have observed so far in the 1 and 2 difficulty missions. And we have unlocked a whole bunch of new characters. I did go ahead and unlock Rose Sheffield by playing through the first adventure again really quickly. But I don't think we're going to use her. So we've unlocked a lot of cool characters who will maybe show up as reinforcements. But in terms of continuing to learn about the mechanics of the game, I think the smart move for us would be to have our starting party here be Professor Mortimer Bellamy, because he's the only character that we've unlocked who starts with a disintegrator. And which guy was it? Baron von B, the German gentleman imposter, because he starts with a sniper rifle. We've never used either of these weapon classes before. We don't really know how their abilities work, so I think this would be a smart play. We have a lot of potential recruits showing up as reinforcements, and as far as unlocks go, we'll get him just by continuing to play. Kill 10 enemies with the ambush ability. The ambush ability is linked to sniper rifles, so we can start working on that. Revive 20 characters to unlock Dr. Chandra. That's a little tricky to do on purpose. I guess we'll see. We've got to be close on Shani. Where am I at now? 96. Okay. We don't actually have a knife in our current group of characters. Oh no, we totally do. The guy with the sniper rifle also has a knife, so who knows? Maybe we'll get that. He has a good knife too. That's actually a pretty useful one. It is worth noting this dude does have minus 25% damage versus Nazis, so this knife is not going to be as effective as we might like against our primary targets, which does really suck. Mostly we're playing this dude so that we can unlock Georgette, and then if we need a sniper from then on, we'll play as her. Because, man, minus damage versus Nazis is kind of a crappy trait in a game where almost all of your enemies are Nazis. Oh, right, we're going to look at the rest of the unlocks. We're working on that. And we have to evade 75 attacks. That's that's something that's almost out of my control. Okay, so we have a lot of equipment here, and a helpful person pointed out in the comments last episode, you know what, I'm going to be a professional in one sense, that I'm going to go look up the name and thank that person. Onside Silver, thank you very much for this suggestion. We can swap people's inventory stuff around in this screen, so we should take the good weapons and put them on people, and take those bad weapons and toss them away to open up some more inventory space. So first of all... Okay, this is very slightly better than the thing that he had already. Weird that you can't just drag it into the valuables. He's the only character we have who can equip disintegrators, so I think that's okay to do. And then, like, we have this okay pistol. This pistol that's actually... No, this is a pretty good one. Does anybody have a bad pistol that we could replace with this? Your pistol does 26 to 30... Does anybody else have a bad pistol? Oh, yours is just terrible. Yeah, sure, you can take this for now. And we can continue to swap stuff around. I know you can't do that. I just failed to do that. This is a really good sniper rifle, so we definitely want to make that replacement. I didn't even actually compare them. Yeah, all of the numbers are higher on the purple one. What a surprise, right? Then we have this really good shotgun that somebody can hold on to. You can hold on to it for the moment. And this way, also, if we find these guys as reinforcements in the mission, they'll already have good stuff on. I think I'm going to hold on to the armor. Actually, neither of us probably have the ability to wear heavy armor, do we? Well, whatever. We might find somebody. I think it's probably a good idea to keep some spare armor around. We don't really need the grenade, but we also don't necessarily want to equip it on somebody. But yeah, like we have... Okay. So we have some good armor repair stuff. I got some armor repair stuff during the off-screen adventure. And we have a lot of money built up. It might actually be worth it to buy extra ammo capacity. We almost had ammo problems during the last run, and it's not inconceivable that it could occur. It might be worthwhile to have the ability to go up to like 70 or 80 ammo and just try to keep it high when we hit merchants. Because there are some long strings of time where we're not purchasing supplies, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and... We'll buy it up to 70. That leaves us with a ton of cash. We could probably go up to 80 very safely. Okay, I think we're ready to get started here. Oh, one more thing I wanted to talk about. So we've been noticing that some of the weapons have different damage types, like this is listed as corrosion damage. The definitions for the damage types are actually in the codex. Yeah, here we go. So standard just deals 100% damage all the time. Splinter weapons, like shotguns, deal bonus damage to armored targets, or deal bonus damage to health, but lower damage to armor. So you want to strip the armor with other people, and then this is why they're so effective against zombies. Corrosion damage is the reverse. It's way better against armor. I'm assuming that the way this is worded is a little unclear, I guess, because like, does unarmored enemies mean enemies that don't have armor right now, or enemies that spawn without armor? I'm assuming it means enemies that don't have armor right now. It's like 125% damage to the blue bar, but 75% damage to the red bar. And then armor-piercing weapons, which I don't think we've seen any of, completely ignore people's armor and instead just do 80% damage to the enemy's health. So I guess keep an eye out for some of those. Okay, now let's get going. So we already know sort of how the sniper rifle ability works because we've seen enemies do it, but I have no idea what this disintegrator is going to do, and I intentionally did not read. Want to get to experience it with you guys.
You leave the hustle and noise of Cairo behind you. Before you stretch the lazy bends of the Nile, lifeline of ancient Egypt. The mighty river disappears into the eternal expanse of the Egyptian desert.
Man, I don't want to go out into an eternal desert. That sounds terrible. I'm so eager to have more than 2 characters, you guys. A journey full of hardship awaits you, but you are determined to thwart the insane machinations of the Brotherhood at any cost. The Black Pharaoh must never walk the earth again. Alright, so there is a recruit node on our way. A recruit node that we couldn't avoid if we wanted to. No, that's not true. You can actually head through this pass. And the map art in this game is actually really nice looking. Well, I suppose let's, with only 10 fuel, we're going to want to take a pretty direct route to this combat encounter, probably. Where are we seeing... We're not seeing shops anywhere on this side of the river, actually. Yeah, the only guaranteed shop node is right before the end. And both of these characters are level 1. Hopefully that wasn't... Hopefully bringing 2 level 1 characters was not a huge mistake. Alright, we'll take a slightly longer route. We are going to need to find a lot of XP. Oof, that's rough. You've driven into rockier terrain. Stones around you are getting bigger and sharper. You look for an alternative route, but eventually you have to admit that you won't get any further in this scree. You have to turn back and find a way around the rocky landscape. Not a good start. And then we find a rest location, which is pretty whatever. You know what? I am going to decline to take a long break, because we don't need it. Do we want to step all the way out here? Yeah, I guess let's be a little bit aggressive in looking for fights early on here. You see a lot of tire tracks in the sand in front of the lonely desert temple, so you enter carefully and with weapons drawn. I have to say, so the graphics are like 2D pixely graphics, but the environments, I'm pretty sure, are actually 3D, because I think this is real lighting. This is a very cool graphical style. I really like it. It reminds me a little bit of the way that light behaves in Dungeon of the Endless. Your prudence pays off. In a temple chamber, you take a lone sentry by surprise. We've done this thing before. Hey, you know what I didn't actually look at was, what are our perks? Okay, so Bellamy is an engineer and a car enthusiast who finds more fuel. That's actually really good. And he gets plus accuracy on his disintegrators. Medium armor, he can use repair kits in combat. And you have Trickster and Greedy. So we're going to find a lot of stuff. And we've seen a lot of Trickster event options. I'm eager to see how useful these are. Alright, let's interrogate this dude. Just you wait, sooner or later the comrades will be back. Yep, okay. We've heard this threat before. Let's search the chamber. Bind and gag the soldier before searching the temple chamber. The soldiers before you here were very thorough. That's a shame. Alright, the Germans have returned. We quickly seek cover and lie in wait. Alright, let's see our cool new abilities in action here. So, our weapons have reasonably high damage. But the loss of damage against Nazis seems like a really, really bad thing. And I'm assuming that the dogs count as Nazis because they're on the Nazi page in the codex. Alright, let's have a look at this. First things first, this gun does 33 to 37, but minus 25%. So we're going to see in the mid-20s a lot. So Nazi Trooper 2, one of the attack dogs is 1, one of the attack dogs is 2. Ambush only costs 1 bravery. The first enemy trying to move or attack in the area will be interrupted and trigger a counterattack. I am a little curious about that. Hold on a second. Meltdown damages all units in a straight line until it hits an obstacle. Each successive unit reduces the damage, and it empties the magazine. Okay. This gun does not do enough damage to score easy kills against 34 health enemies, which is a little bit awkward. But it'll certainly defeat this dog. If I go to right here, I might be able to get a meltdown that actually hits both of the dogs. And presumably there's at least some chance of a crit. What was my crit chance with this weapon? Ooh, not very good. Alright, one thing I want to see really quickly here is... here we go. Attack actions. The ambush is triggered during the subsequent enemy turn when an enemy unit tries to move. Okay, so it's not super clear. What I'm curious about is whether if the ambush is triggered by a move, does it shoot at them in the space they're moving out of or the first space they're moving to? Because that'll change pretty dramatically where it's a good idea to use it, right? My hope is that it would be the first space that they're moving to, because that'll catch people coming around cover better. If it shoots them in the space that they're moving out of, then there's very little reason for you not to just fire on your turn. Alright, I think what we're going to do is have Bellamy run down to here, and I'm going to hope that the disintegrator straight line attack will actually work the way I want it to. Nope, in fact, I'm not allowed to fire it on a diagonal at all, it looks like. Interesting. And also, I found more enemies. Well, sorry about this, boy. Oh no! 22 damage, that's a terrible number. Well... do I want to just take this as a knife kill, then? I think I'm going to just take this as a knife kill. Closer and closer to unlocking Shani. Yeah, this guy being right here is not great for us. So I'm hoping that he ooh, I got crit. I'm hoping that he has some natural evasion chance. Because we can't really look at his full stat page right now. Minus 25% means there's no chance of me killing this dog on a normal knife attack. But a bleed... yeah, a bleed can totally get us there. So that enemy is almost certainly dead. then we can push over here. What I like about this is that even though we probably are not killing the sniper, we are probably getting ourselves away from that guy. Oh, right, I gotta remember the damage type. We're doing bad damage against this enemy because of the fact that he does not have armor. The disintegrator is best against enemies who are actually dangerous. Okay, Bleed took care of it. It looks like Baron's not actually in the area of that. I think I get a safe knife attack here. Alright, we are really close to that unlock. Move you up there and just reload. I don't really know that I want to move Baron. I think we probably are best moving out into the hallway when we can actually go together. Okay, he's moving around slowly. So let's set up ambush facing down the entire hallway. And I'm hoping that the Nazi will not be aware that we've done this because we don't have vision of each other, so he'll just wander right into it. Fingers crossed. He has, in fact, wandered directly into it. Do I have the range for a knife kill? No, I do not. Just barely do not. Man, that gun is bad. That's a rough one. I'm going to set this up as an ambush kill. Oh, you coward! Alright, never mind. I'll take it as a knife kill then. So if the AI totally suppresses their action so as not to trigger your ambush, it's actually going to be tough to get 10 ambush kills to unlock that other sniper character. Oh well, we'll figure it out. So what have we here? We got ourselves another vest, some ammo, and unfortunately no fuel. Well, we only have 6 fuel. I'm thinking let's go back to the waterhole. We'll just go ahead and rest off all the damage we took there. And then we'll continue on. And we're getting a little low on fuel, but I'm trusting in Bellamy's skills here. We have enough fuel to make it to the combat encounter, at least. At the sight of the fortified camp up ahead, the hair on the back of your neck stands on end. A group of cultists are preparing to perform an unholy ritual in this place. They have not noticed you yet. Well, they're about to. So good news is that probably our sniper will be dealing full damage in this encounter, which is just wonderful. Also have a good setup for a meltdown. Not too worried about Spore Guy. So we don't see any cultist enemies. It doesn't mean there aren't any, though. I'm going to go ahead and use a meltdown. So I'm curious to see it in action. Man, his damage is bad against things that don't have armor. Zombie 1's probably not my primary concern. I'm going to run right up over here and just shoot that guy. Or, ooh, maybe I'm going to ambush. I don't really have a lot of control over how they act here, though, and I do want this guy dead. Yeah, we should have a guaranteed kill here. Minimum damage turns out to be good enough. Probably the zombie AI doesn't know to not move to prevent from getting ambushed, so I bet we can get a bunch of ambush kills on zombies over the course of this adventure. Interesting. I'm surprised by that. Okay, good evade. So, Bellamy's attacks are just going to be bad against everybody. I guess let's just have him punch this zombie to death. Oh, it wasn't knife attacks, it was melee attacks. I wasn't... Okay. Why did I think it was knife attacks? Probably because I am functionally illiterate. Yeah, you know what? Just do your best here. Should also reload, probably. Because we can just crouch here and let the spore guy puke at us forever. He is a non-threat. So one benefit of the ambush is it seems like it stops them in place. Maybe it only stops them in place if it hits them. I would expect only if it hits them. Let's have Bellamy move to a position where he can soften that guy up. Get his bravery back. Okay. So here we should be able to wrap up our first ambush kill. And then this guy should not have the move to get to us, I don't think. I didn't actually measure. Probably should have. Alright. So... I think the move here is Bellamy finishes this guy. And then we aim the ambush. Oh, I don't have the, shoot. I'm intentionally trying not to kill this dude so that I can ambush him. I guess just reload. Not really a lot of reasons for you to move. This is probably a good mission to bring the Baron on. Alright, so it seems like there's no damage modifier on this. I'm going to aim this intentionally in such a way as to not catch the spore shooter in it. Okay. Well, that's 2 of our 10 ambush kills right there. We are going through kind of a lot of ammo pretty quickly, it feels like, so to keep an eye on that. Hey, big surprise. The cultist camp didn't have any ammunition in it. Okay, that's a piece of medium armor. So, like, we can just swap armor around, and I think all of the pieces of armor in our gear will get repaired at the same time every time we rest. I believe that's how it works. A few foundation walls are all that remains of the temple complex, half buried in the sand and rocks. You search the area, but apart from a small rock altar, you find nothing of importance. Examining the altar reveals no new information. It must be many years since a living creature set foot in this desolate place. Probably if we had ancient languages or something. There's something there that could have been done. You are seized by a strange restlessness and decide to leave this oppressive place as fast as you can. So, do we want to veer off and grab the very small amount of armor repair that I would get out of this? I don't think so. Let's save the fuel and just keep moving. I'm really eager to pick up our third character. You stop at the sight of a Wehrmacht jeep parked on the ridge of a dune. Warily, you sneak closer. As you peer over the ridge, you spot a unit of German soldiers. Overseen by their officer, they are working on a pyramid. So we saw this before. They went inside and didn't come back out. I want to ambush them immediately. I want to get to go inside the weird pyramid. I want to see what's in there. Although maybe it's best that we don't go in there, because again, we did not see them come out. We didn't wait all that long, is my impression, but possible they didn't come out because they couldn't. Okay, we have a very serious range advantage here. Only one of these guys has an actual long-range gun. So I am inclined to start us, like, down here. Wow, that sniper rifle has some serious range. we gotta just take some shots to get some bravery back. Do I want to have you repair your own armor? Oops, I didn't actually move him all the way into cover. There's even a movement confirmation system now and everything. You know, some things cannot save me from myself. Well, I am more inclined. I'm going to give him low profile, is what I'm going to do. I was going to say I'm more inclined to fix his armor now that it looks like he might actually need it. Don't think... Yeah, that guy's not going to be able to get close enough to shoot us. This guy totally is, though. Aw. Bust you. Alright, so we want to throw the disintegrator. I want to take a nice clean shot at this dude if we can. It's like if we move the Baron down to here, he has a very clean ambush against that normal Nazi trooper. It's extremely likely that I'll be able to get a kill this way. I hope. And I would love to be in high cover, but I don't want him to get the benefit of his high cover, so we do have to make sure we're attacking him from this side. I think this is the best we're going to be able to do here. So Bellamy actually has pretty high dexterity. He's a good shot. That'll be pretty useful. We have so far been pretty bad at shooting at people who are in cover. We've been very reliant on flanks. It is nice to feel like we can just trade shots over cover and actually do damage. Ah, you suck. That sucks. Well, we can move to right here and go for the meltdown. I think that's probably the play. Okay, so we got some actual damage on the medic. He will probably just hang back and heal himself then. Let's see if we can finish off this shock trooper. Ah, it's a shame. And you don't get bravery for not hitting. Attacking is not good enough. You have to actually do a good job. Oh, he's close enough to shoot now. Alright, I'm in a little bit of danger here. Both of my dudes have to reload. Interesting that the medic didn't heal himself. You have 16 health? Nope, I cannot make it to, Ah, shoot. Well, pretty sure we have to reload. Okay, good. That was needed. You don't have range on this guy from here. I mean, you're gonna have to reload. I want to get close enough to be able to... definitely shoot him next turn without putting myself in a position where I'm super vulnerable to the medic. Although I guess I don't believe the medic's gonna attack me. So, like, part of me wants to run all the way over here. I guess it would be unwise to give the shotgunner the ability to hit us with the cone attack from the shotgun. Hit both of us. Yeah, we could really use a third character, because this party's pretty bad at fighting Nazis. We do bad damage to Nazis. Alright, well, I'm going to run into the open and just laser this guy's armor off. It's got him down to 22. So I think we are guaranteed a knife kill here. I don't think... The gun and the knife do pretty similar damage. But we should take knife kills when we can get them because of the ammo concerns. Okay, well, I'm confident we'll survive the battle at least. Again, still pretty surprised that dude hasn't healed himself. Alright, let's see if he'll cough up that ambush kill. Oh man, the cactus doesn't actually provide any cover. It's a little scary. Well, if I'm going to not be in cover, let's go to here. I'm assuming that the ambush will not be triggered by him healing himself, because it says in the description, move or attack, right? Well, he didn't... We don't know if he was trying to attack, though. Or if he was trying to move, because it seems like a successful ambush stops people in their tracks. I'm going to move to here and reload. I want him to be scared, but I don't actually want to hit him, because I'm afraid he'll die. Although, he's just going to heal himself, isn't he? Yeah, this is actually very annoying. Alright, we're going to have to just take him. He has 42 health, so... Yep, definitely going to have to be an actual shot. Death by technology. Increasingly common. Yeah, until we get a third character who's a little bit better at killing Nazis, we're going to go through medical items really quickly here, I think. When your enemies are defeated, you decide to investigate the mysterious pyramid for yourself. Try as you might, you cannot find an opening anywhere. Disappointed, you search the soldiers for anything useful and set off again. I thought that might be the case. We got ourselves a worse thingy and also some ammo. Actually, quite a lot of ammo. A worse disintegrator. Man, I don't know why I have such a hard time remembering disintegrator. Okay, so let's go ahead and swap in this worn leather jacket. I believe this was given to me in error. Yeah, I know it's not good armor. Just wear it. And we will hold off on medical supplies. I mean, I guess we know we're going into battle. I do not have enough fuel to feel safe going back to the rest location. So yeah, we know we're going to go fight. I suppose let's just go ahead and use some repairs. So let's use these. We'll top off Baron's thing, and then we'll give him the slightly better patches, and then we'll also hit him with the painkillers. Yeah, let's go ahead and top him off. So we don't have a ton of medical items, so we have to be a little bit careful. Don't have the option of avoiding this combat, though. Death haunts the fortified cultist camp. The ground is littered with piles of bones. Skulls on stakes grimace through empty eye sockets. You shudder. And then you hear an angry shout. One of the cultists has seen you. Okay, we're a little bit better at fighting cultists, or at least the Baron is. Honestly, disintegrators do not seem great on the whole. We don't fight enough enemies that have armor. And, like, even when we do fight enemies that have armor, their armor isn't a large enough percentage of their health for it to feel really dangerous. Holy crap, that's a lot of zombies. I'm glad we got all those extra bullets. And how am I going to do this? What is my plan? I guess our plan's going to involve this back hallway area quite a bit. Alright, so we gotta build ourselves up a little bit of bravery. Fortunately... Ooh. I'd probably just shoot this guy. Fortunately, it's pretty easy for us to kill these zombies. Do I want to just shoot at the Spore Bearer? Like, how much do I care, I guess, is the question. I think we're probably going to be mostly hunkered down over here anyway. Give cover. He has cover from that side. He only has 28 health, so the Baron will kill him in one shot no matter what. I guess it would have been better to move forward and attack him. And maybe I don't even shoot. Nah. Let's soften him up. So we could kill him with Bellamy next turn and have the Baron try to ambush that guy over there or something. This dude's not going to go down in one no matter what. I guess if we got a crit. And Bellamy could just punch that zombie to death and then run away. Yeah, we need a higher damage disintegrator. Because that meltdown ability is not useful. It's not useful enough on enemies that have this much health. Okay. The good news is, because of the way the terrain is set up here, there are only so many spaces around us that enemies can stand in. I need more ability to do area damage. Because we know we only do 75% damage with this thing, we know that our meltdown can't actually kill anybody over here. I'm inclined to just do that. And then maybe put Bellamy here? Or here. And right now there's so few spaces that they can attack us from, I really don't want to mess with that too much. Because what are they going to do? One of them is going to move to here and attack the Baron. None of them can get into that spot, except for him. Yeah, that's not too bad, actually. So I'm going to set up an ambush, I guess. Maybe I should just shoot somebody. Yeah, I'm just gonna guarantee that I kill one of the ones at low health instead of setting up an ambush that maybe hits zombie 2. Yeah, let's just guaranteed kill one. And then I suppose reload. And a lot of other options. And Bellamy might be exactly where he needs to be. The gentleman is going to get rocked a little bit. I was kind of hoping that zombie was going to go after Bellamy instead. But I'll be able to move on this turn. We'll be able to use Bellamy as a wall, basically, this turn. It really is a lot of zombies. It would suck to lose, but I suppose losing this early in the mission at least isn't not a terrible strain on my time. Okay. So how do we want to do this? If I put Bellamy here and put the Baron behind him, then this guy is the only threat to the Baron. Zombies can move 5 spaces, it looks like. So 1, 2, can't. Yeah, that's a space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right over here should be safe. I think as much as I want to get ambush kills, I think we might need to... What kind of guy is that, a zombie too? I think we might need to actually focus up and kill this dude. Although I suppose if this zombie ends up living... No, it's pretty bad. We should focus up and get rid of that guy. Because now I believe they only get 1 total. Oh, this zombie can reach. Shoot, I didn't think that guy was going to be able to make it all the way down here. Well, shoot. Okay, they still might actually only get 1 attack because they might handle this wrong. But if this guy moves to here and attacks Bellamy, then this guy can also attack Bellamy. I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll just bunch up incorrectly and block each other. God, we need a 3rd character. Yeah, we're totally gonna die here. Alright. So Bellamy does that, and then repairs his own armor. Maybe? Maybe that's right. And then you... In light armor, you don't have any damage reduction ability that doesn't rely on you running, which you currently can't do. What I want to do most here is shoot this guy. This is the safest play. Like, theoretically, killing this guy is the best thing. But I really hate his position here. And I'm pretty sure, based on what we've seen, that ambush does attack them in the space they're in when they trigger it, not the space they're moving to. But I guess if I set ambush like this, I'll shoot him as he enters that space, and I'll have a 100% hit chance there. And yeah, reload, I guess. Bellamy might die. I can't, there's not a ton I can do about that, unfortunately, at the moment. But we can keep the Baron safe. Oof, 25's a lot. If Bellamy lives... He didn't. I was gonna say, you know, we could set up another meltdown in the near future. I don't think we can do this. Because I can move to a position where I can shoot one of these guys. I guess they can't move past Bellamy, right? But they can still move around and hit me from the back. Yeah, I don't have enough movement to escape them. Oh, actually, Bellamy's blocking that, blocking access to this route. We don't exactly know where the zombies over here are, sadly. We'll run to, like, here. Yeah, Bellamy's gonna bleed out, though. We might have to try this one again from the top. It turns out, as much as it's good to learn about new weapon types and to level up new characters, Bellamy and the Baron might be too weak of a team. Because, man, they're just really bad at fighting Nazis. And Bellamy's bad at fighting Nazis and also everybody else. Oh, good evade. Really solid evade. Well, is this gonna... No, I probably shouldn't do the ambush thing, because if this guy moves first, I probably don't kill him. Let's see if we can get through this with Bellamy. Or with the Baron. And then pick up that second person as a recruit, and we just have to do this without Bellamy, probably. It's a shame, I was really looking forward to finds more fuel as a trait. Seems pretty alright. There's a guy over here somewhere. There's only 3 real zombies left, so this is probably the safest move. Just run out here and reload. Actually, I can sprint. I can, like, really run. I think it's okay to use some bravery on that. Myself a reload. Sorry there, Bellamy. Well, we'll get you next time, man. Maybe the disintegrator thing is more valuable later when more enemies will have armor on the higher difficulties or something. Yeah, pretty not ideal. I really want to try to set up good ambushes, but if we want to have any hope of surviving at all, I have to play this pretty carefully. I guess right now I can afford to just reload, stay at full ammo. I'm hoping these guys will move over close to that barrel. That's not close to the barrel at all. What's wrong with you? Once we're down to just one of them, the fact that ambush ruins, the ambush stops movement is going to be really helpful. Alright, I don't think they pose any threat to us now, with just the 2 of them. They're too slow. They don't have the ability to trap us, I don't think. Unless I've backed myself into a corner here, but I think we have a route out. So I believe my plan here is get them both really low, and then get both of the kills through ambush. We'll be at what? 4 ambush kills? Maybe have we gotten 3 already? Might be 5 ambush kills by the time we're done with this. And I think we can just run all the way back and just do this with our aim. I want to try to shoot at them once they're actually like clear of all this cover. Okay, well, you are 100% doomed. You have no ability to survive this. I do have to reload. Yeah, this is a guaranteed shot. Okay, victory, in a manner of speaking. For a certain value of victory. Okay, gunpowder. Enough gunpowder for 10 shots. 5 petroleum. It's a nice find. Take that, and a worn leather jacket, medium armor. So, I think what I'm going to do here is use this to restore my armor, then put this worn leather jacket in that slot. Head bowed, you stare silently ahead of you. Oh, is Fenris going to show up again? When you finally sit down exhausted, you feel totally drained. So tired. Yep, it is in fact... Man, Fenris is my savior. What a good dog. Hey, don't point a gun at him. Alright. Well, good news. We have Fenris again. And Fenris, honestly, is probably a much better combatant than Bellamy was. Although, he probably will not help us find as much fuel. Oh, you know what? We actually have light armor. Hold on. Let me... we only have the one piece of light armor, though. You know, I'm not actually... Like, maybe he can wear light... Maybe he could wear our jacket. I think I'd rather have it on the Baron, I suppose. Promising colors in the distance turned out to be nothing but a mount of useless trash dumped here. Alright, let's get ourselves a third character. For the first time ever. As you approach the huts, you see a familiar figure waving to you from the middle of the village. Jackson, is that really you? What brings you here? I heard you were around here somewhere, so I thought you might need some help. Okay, Jackson is a useful character. I have incurred a few expenses, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I will absolutely pay $500 for a character who's good at shooting people. Okay, I'm feeling a lot more secure now. I suppose let's go check this node. It's only a little bit of extra fuel. We definitely can't afford to check out this whole tail area, though. Some cultists are camping in the shadow of some dilapidated ruins. They are engrossed in a strange ritual and have not noticed you. Well, we should definitely fight them. If we're going to fight them, we should definitely health Baron up first. Alright, and Jackson has a gun that sucks. We're going to have to get him a better gun. And he's got this worn leather jacket. We could replace it with... We have 2 pieces of heavy armor and a piece of medium armor that doesn't have any armor in it. So never mind. Replace it with nothing. Let's do it. Let's have at him. So this is the first time that we've ever gotten to use 3 units in combat. You might think that that's going to increase our combat effectiveness by roughly 50%, but it's actually going to be quite a bit better than that, because remember, there will be fewer enemies quicker, so we'll take way less damage overall, because there will be fewer things to actually hit us. We definitely want to take advantage of our range. I think my plan is to push down to the lower left corner here and kill them as they come in. So let's all start down here. This guy has 28 health. He's very easy to kill with Fenris. We can see all of the enemies, right? So we know there's not anybody over here waiting to surprise us. Let's have Fenris take this guy out. Okay, that was zombie number 50. We're killing it on the unlocks here. So I'm going to have Jackson pick off this guy. I guess this could have and should have been a knife kill. Oh, I guess Jackson's going to fail to pick off this guy. Let's go ahead and get that knife kill, I guess. Yeah, the knife kill is more of a sure thing, especially with Jackson's extremely weak gun. Knife kill is more of a sure thing, and we can save some ammo. Alright, these are zombie 2s. So we'll probably like strafe them with machine gun fire to soften them up, and then ambush, set up some kills. Because these guys put themselves in a position where I can machine gun them pretty well. Okay, these can fire as far as our normal attack, so all I need to do is be in a place where they're both normally in range, or even only one of them is normally in range, right? Because we'll be able to set up the area of the attack. Nope, you cannot... Okay, you cannot burst fire as though the enemy was... as though you were in the space around the corner. It's weird. The limitations on that ability are so strange. So I don't remember which one of them acts first. This might not be a good time to go for the ambush. Maybe we just actually kill the guy we can definitely kill. We have Fenris get over here and just hang out and be a very good boy. And we can definitely set up an ambush kill on this guy. That dude moves first. I don't know if their initiative order is consistent from turn to turn, because in theory they can act in any order they want, right? They're just a little bit too far away for me to hit them both with the machine gun. So it's a little awkward that this guy is first, because probably what's going to happen here is he's going to absorb the ambush shot no matter how we set this up. So I think what I'm going to do is have Fenris come up here and bleed this guy. Not good enough, it turns out. Shoot. Okay, well then we just shoot him normally because he didn't take enough damage to bleed out. And then we use ambush to halt this guy's movement rather than to kill him. And you may as well reload. Okay. Not a big deal. So I think we can fall back behind the Baron and let him finish the job here with ambush. I guess it is nice that the machine gun doesn't have to reload that often. Does seem like not a great weapon. Alright, where are we on the ambush kills? Trophies... 7 already. Okay, so we can't get it this battle, but we will get it soon. That's just a normal zombie, so ambush will pick him off. And then it would be good if we could shoot this guy once to soften him up and get him ambushed as well. Actually, I don't think I have enough bravery. Right, I think the Baron's out, so this won't be an ambush kill, but I do want the Baron to get this kill so that he can get a point of bravery off of it at least. And it may as well be a knife kill. Knife kill's guaranteed. Save ourselves a bullet. Okay, it does feel like we're going through a lot of ammo. When you fight a lot of zombies, you end up having to shoot way more people per combat. Okay, we got ourselves, a valuable onyx ring and a pretty bad shotgun. And a level up on our friend the Baron. So endurance, agility, or vitality. What is... Vitality is health. So what's endurance? The number of turns the character stays alive when knocked down. Boy, that doesn't seem very useful in general. Agility's move, right? Yeah, I have to say, agility versus vitality, it seems to be the real question here. This doesn't seem useful at all. He's a sniper. In theory, he should be able to avoid getting shot a lot and making sure that he can get to where he needs to get to set up his shots. Seems like a pretty important thing to us. It's like he's going to eventually get the ability to equip disintegrators, and we're probably not going to do that because they don't seem to be great weapons. I don't know, if your party is such that you need somebody with a multi-space attack more than you need the sniper rifle, I guess that totally is a situation that could arise. Alright, let's see what this is. You come across some crumbling ruins, possibly a long-abandoned caravansary. The desert wind and the scorching heat have not been kind to the blasted buildings. In the overgrown courtyard, you find a dried-up well. You discover some rough steps that lead down the well shaft. Sand around the well has been churned up by numerous footprints. Alright, well let's go down there and rob them then. Oh, the mysterious well has triggered your interest. Without further ado, you climb down the stone protrusions that are built into the side of the well. After wandering the underground tunnels, you see the glow of several torches flickering on the walls of the vault ahead of you. Soon you hear loud, menacing voices. You peer carefully around the corner to see a large group of German soldiers. In the middle of the group stands a prisoner who is being questioned aggressively. They are so engrossed in the interrogation that they do not notice you. Well, we have a character with Trickster. Let's go ahead and cause a distraction. Baron picks up a stone and throws it into a pile of clay urns at the other end of the hall. The loud clattering alerts the soldiers. They grab their guns and run over to the urns. Within seconds, Baron is by the prisoner, cutting the bonds at his ankles. You disappear before the soldiers notice a thing. We might have been better off actually fighting. Oh hey, it was Brunhilde. I couldn't tell with the tied-up art. You release the prisoner from her bonds and she shakes your hands effusively. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Things would have gone badly without you. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So let's get Brunhilde back on the team. Reunite the dream team here. Okay, so Brunhilde has that pretty good shotgun. This is a worse gun. Not hugely worse, but definitely worse. I do not like the 3-tile range. So yeah, we'll keep her with that. This is heavy armor. She would be slightly better off in this armor. Actually, we didn't look at Jackson either. Well, okay, I guess we totally did. He's just going to keep that worn leather jacket on until we can repair this thing. This seems like a pretty powerful team to me. Unfortunately, we have quite a bit of traveling to do here. We probably will be able to get that the final 2 ambush kills in the next combat. God, I hope we find fuel somewhere soon. I guess we have enough fuel to make it to that other combat. You managed to sneak up on the huge cultist camp unnoticed. There's a lot of activity behind its rough palisades. You discover a gap in the fence that is filled by a colorful tent. With a bit of luck, you could use it to sneak into the camp unseen. The thing is, I sort of want to fight. I think we want to fight. I think we need the resources from fighting. And I'm worried that if we try to sneak in and succeed, it will route us around the combat, but we need the loot from combat really badly. Let's just go for a frontal assault. Brunhilde and Fenris aren't much for stealth. Alright, we have a million enemies. Probably most of them are just zombies, and we cannot see any of them. Okay, who wants to go in first? Probably it's Jackson. Oh, I thought we were going to be able to actually make it through here. That tent is a real wall. That being the case, let's have the Baron step... Man. Let's have Jackson go first. Jackson, get me some vision. What do you see? You see a couple of zombies way off in the distance and a spore bearer who... I must have briefly had vision of the Spore Bearer and then lost it, I guess. Alright, get ourselves a good ambush set up. I mean, we're not in any danger at all from these guys. Okay, there's that Spore Bearer. Yeah, we're not in any danger at all from these guys. We can go ahead and just run all the way up. Oh, he sees more enemies. Okay, yeah, that guy is not a threat yet either. They're going to collapse on us pretty quickly here, though. Fortunately, with 4 attacks a turn, we're in much, much less danger. Wow, good shot. I was a little worried that the Spore Bearer was going to spit, but it looks like they just take their turns in left to right order along the bottom. Okay, so 2 spitters. That's an actual cultist up there. Alright, well now we see all of them, so... bleed on this guy is not actually all that likely to lead to a kill. I think what I'm going to do is bleed this spitter over here. Okay, so he's dead. The shotgun will remove this guy. We'll get that bonus splinter damage. Claim. I think we actually are going to need that pretty soon. Jackson could run through and just shoot at the Spore Bearer. I don't really care about the Spore Bearer. He can run through and shoot at that guy. He would have to get a crit to actually kill him, unfortunately. But this can allow me to set up a successful ambush on him with Jackson. Or not Jackson. With the sniper, which will mean... intentionally not catching the Spore Bearer in the ambush area, which will mean an unlock, and that's a pretty good situation for us. Oh, they explode, don't they? Shoot. Well, I remembered right before he did it. Okay, good. That guy did not move far enough forward to catch the ambush shot. Alright, there's our sniper, who presumably is a little bit better at fighting Nazis. And that's... okay, we got an evade. That's pretty good, actually. And be careful with the dog, because we do not have anybody who can actually heal during combat. Brunhilde could hold an armor repair kit, but that is the best we can do on that front. So, we're not really in any danger here. Let's just keep knocking them down one by one. Self a nice clean shot on this guy. Okay, lucky. I mean, I guess you may as well just run up. Yeah, this is safe. May as well just run up and shoot that Spore dude, because our lives would be easier if he was not constantly... oh, that's a shame. Alright, Jackson, don't spend too much time patting yourself on the back there. So these are the last 2 zombies. It looks like it's totally safe for Fenris to run over here and finish the Spore Bearer off. Cultist can attack. It looks like 6 spaces away from anywhere he can move to. Okay. He can definitely move far enough south to attack Fenris if Fenris runs up here. And I do not want him to go down, so you just hang out down here for a bit, bud. Tend to your wounds. We got you covered. That guy is definitely just going to get the Brunhilde knife. Alright, first of all, you gotta reload. we probably want to bleed. Yeah, I think that was worth getting hit. We have enough armor repair kits that I'm not too stressed about getting hit by stuff like that. We're gonna have you do the shooting here, and then you can just try to finish off that guy. Nope, never mind. Cannot. I didn't actually look at whether he was highlighted in red from here. I just kind of assumed due to the fact that we should be able to shoot as though we're there, but apparently in that position I would not have vision of him. Well, it's still probably not safe to bring Fenris up, so I guess we're just good. We could low profile. Okay, we're getting a lot of evades racked up in quick succession. That's nice. I think we're gonna be able to kill this guy pretty easily. He only has 18 health left, so knife's a good guaranteed shot, and then we're good. You don't actually have to kill spore bearers. I hope that we're getting the same amount of XP that we would if we had actually killed that guy in mission, because we could trivially have killed him on that turn using the dog. So I hope he doesn't count as an undefeated enemy. Alright, what have we here? Ooh, slightly better version of the shotgun that we're using. Thank God, some petroleum, some gunpowder that we don't need, but is certainly welcome. Alright, let's patch up some armor. I guess this is a little bit wasteful. Just trying to figure out what we're going to do. Am I going to throw one of these pieces of armor maybe in the... Oh, no, we're going to throw this gun. This bad shotgun. Into the valuables. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to take this painkillers and immediately use them. Because I'd like to hold on to armor as much as we can. I guess we don't actually have a use for this grenade. I probably could have put this grenade into somebody who can use grenades secondary slot and thrown away their basic crappy grenade. I guess we don't really need a third piece of medium armor sitting around, or third piece of heavy armor, frankly. Yeah, alright, let's move this to the valuables. Take this stuff on. Then we have a level up to spend. So his dexterity is 4. He's actually pretty good at hitting people behind cover, and this would make him, like, great at it. Yeah, I don't think we need a magazine size upgrade for the assault rifle. It's already pretty good in that arena. Okay, he definitely has value on the team. He's good at hitting people who are in cover grouped together. And this is just a straight upgrade. Yeah, wow. That's a pretty good upgrade, too. Probably that means thanks. I don't speak whatever language that is. Norwegian, I guess? Is Norwegian a language? I don't know what language they speak in Norway. Alright, let's just get through this cultist camp real quick here. And I'm sure we'll get more fuel at that node. The porous masonry disappears into the rock face. It looks like the entrance to an old abandoned sewage system. A noxious, unhealthy smell rises to your nostrils. You're not really sure what to do. What we do is things that could result in loot, obviously. As you move deeper into the tunnels, the ground becomes increasingly unstable. What began as foul-smelling puddles soon becomes a viscous body of sludge that fills the passages ahead of you. A short time later, you are wading up to your hips in the oily, foul-smelling fluid. Strangely luminous flowers. Oh, the flowers. I remember this. Well, I guess let's continue forward. Maybe this will turn out better than it did last time. You continue to wade through the nauseating sludge. The ground soon starts to slope upward again, and you reach firm ground, ending in a circular room. On the wall, you find a series of rusty metal protrusions that lead upward in a spiral. Well, this is definitely a different result. After some strenuous climbing, you reach a small chamber. Next to the hole from which you emerged, you discover a rusty crate, its lock broken. And it's filled with fuel, right? Nope, it's filled with a small amount of valuables. Okay, well, hard to be too upset about that. So, there is a special note up this way, but given our fuel situation, I think we're probably heading south after we hit this. Spot an abandoned camp among the ruins. The campfire is no longer lit, but the ashes are fresh. Just how recent is this camp? Recent enough that somebody might come back for it. As if in response to your unspoken question, you hear a rustle behind you. Spin around to find a group of armed cultists are sneaking up on you. Walked into an ambush. So far, when it has talked about multiple cultists, we've seen at most 2, and also a ton of zombies. Yep, somehow the situation is the same here. I'm surprised at how good these zombies are at ambushing people. Alright, well... let's have the Baron start here. I want to put Brunhilde here. We want to shoot through this zombie and then end up over this way. I think this is the best way to get us all over there. Oh, except he's got the benefit of high cover. Okay, well, this isn't so bad. Oh, I forgot to heal Fenris. Okay, that's not a big deal. Yeah, as long as we take this guy down, we're okay. Right. I have to remember about that counterattack. One of these days I'm going to remember. Jackson can make it over to here. That is not safe. Okay, there we go. I guess actually we're going to end up over here. Ooh, that's a wall though. So we're not going to be able to run out the back of this area. Well, we have to back up. Don't have a lot of options on that front. Let's see, we can move to here and soften up the Spore Bearer. We can totally kill the Spore Bearer this turn. That's probably worth doing. Man, she was so close. Would have been really nice to be able to just set ambush instead. Alright, we have a lot of enemies that we have to kill, but I'm actually pretty confident we can do it. We have a number of people with multi-attacks. We have a lot of very strong damage now. Yeah, Bellamy is just not super great at fighting, and he was not a good choice for this adventure in particular with the large number of targets. Definitely better against a smaller number of tougher guys. Okay, not a bad start. So, if Bellamy's able to drop this one... this guy is not actually able to hit us as long as Jackson moves. He's going to be able to corner the Baron, but I don't think it's a big deal, actually. We'll just run over here, get a real nice, easy knife attack. Oh, I should have had Fenris do that, actually, because Fenris is a little bit low on bravery. So I can't shoot that guy from anywhere where that guy wouldn't be able to get me. I'm inclined to actually just sit still. Alright, so all we have to do is beat these two dudes back. I think that should be pretty easy to do, because Jackson can throw a burst fire out. And then these guys are low enough to get one-shotted. We probably want to just do with knives to save ammo. You know, for a full party of 4, we're actually not going to spend that much ammunition. A lot of good melee attacks. It might actually be worthwhile to have somebody put their knife away to carry a restorative item into combat. Can Jackson do that, or would it have to be Brunhilde? Because I certainly don't want her to stop stabbing people. She's really good at it. Okay, a good old-fashioned skull drill. Let's go ahead and throw this in the valuables to grab this, which will also just end up in the valuables, almost certainly. So yeah, Jackson has no restorative abilities. We could have Brunhilde drop her knife. I'm a little reluctant to have her just have a two-shot weapon. This would potentially increase our combat longevity. I'm going to stick with things as they are. I'm not going to use a healing item on the dog right now, but we're going to remember that we might want to use a healing item on the dog. And we really do just have to take the most direct path out of here. The goats lounging lazily on the ground do not seem wild. You look around, but you do not see a shepherd. Yes, thank you, Brunhilde, I know. So we're going to have to make a decision at this node here. Inside a lonely desert temple, a series of labyrinthine corridors finally lead you to a larger chamber where you find an ancient altar with some dusty offerings. Some of which have turned into petroleum, please. Oh, excellent. Okay. Well, we're doing very well on valuables. Alright, so now that we have 5 fuel, what I would really like to do is swing around this way. And we have enough fuel to make it to the shop. I think I'm not going to hit this extra node, because we could swing around like that. We have enough fuel to get exactly here. But we need some fuel to carry over into the next map. Okay, so we're going to heal the dog before we enter combat. The desert wind whistles dismally over the old burial ground. How long has it been since humans last set foot in this god-forsaken place? Your question is answered faster than you expected. You have disturbed a group of cultists from their grisly ritual. They attack immediately. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and do one of these on Fenris. And then I think that's it. Do I want to use a 25-point patch on 21 points of armor damage on Brunhilde? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, I guess. For safety's sake. I guess I could have just put the other heavy armor that we have on her. Gotten her up to 53 instead. Yeah, that's way better. That's definitely what I should have done. Just saved the patch. Okay, so there's an infected 2. That guy's, I guess, sort of our main priority. Spore Bearer is up here in his general area. Yeah, I want him dead as quickly as possible. We're really good at controlling the ones that can only fight from melee range. He's the thing that's going to screw this up. So unfortunately, there's basically no chance I get a kill here, right? 46. If I crit, I could do as much as 48. So it is possible. It is very unlikely. Right, can Jackson get close enough to take a shot? No, nobody can. Oh, he can. There's one space where he can do that. Alright, so we got to get rid of this zombie to make that safe for him. Not attacking from melee range. Look, I can be taught. Although I guess in this case it didn't really matter. This is the only space where I get the shot. Alright, good teamwork, everybody. And then, I mean, there's no reason for Fenris not to attack this dude. And as far as we know, he doesn't have a counterattack. Probably not. Aw. Didn't quite get there. I'm pretty confident we're not going to take any damage here, though. Once you have this many guns, it becomes a lot harder for zombies to deal any damage at all to you. That's not really who you want to lock in place anyway. That's not going to work out in your favor. Alright. So let's head over here and we'll just try to get them all coming up this side. And a good sniper is useful. Fenris over here, he can just hang out with the Baron. Okay, so yeah, all the enemies are still super far away. We may as well get rid of this guy. I'm sure Fenris has it on the next turn. So if we move Baron out to about where the Spore Bearer is now, the zombies will have no path to us that doesn't cross like several turns worth of their movement of open ground. Also, we're really racking up the evades. We may, in fact, unlock the Phantom sooner than I was thinking. Okay. So, you know, I'm not actually paying a ton of attention to how much ammo we have. And we've been finding gunpowder, so probably we don't have to worry. You have a spot where you get a clean shot on that guy. Is he the last one left? He is not the last one left. One of them's way over there, and there's a zombie 2 somewhere. Okay, well then I think probably I'm just going to have him stay in place. We're going to let the Baron handle a lot of this. He's very good at it. Turns out snipers are great. He's maybe not the most optimal sniper, but we have a second one unlocked. Okay. Sort of want to have Brynhilde come down here and just flatten these dudes. Don't want to let them group up too much. Oh, unfortunate. That's a zombie 2, so we don't want to have Fenris just come over here and hit him. There we go. Now Fenris can bite safely. I mean, I guess as safe as it ever is to have a bunch of zombie in your mouth, there are probably some consequences to that, huh? I wasn't really thinking about that. But it seems unlikely that it's okay to just repeatedly fill your mouth with fresh zombie meat. Yeah, he is all right at fighting zombies. Did Fenris level up? I guess I hadn't looked at his level up tree. Okay, you join the stack easily, more fuel. This is actually, like, first of all, good loot, and secondly, things that stack with stuff we already have. Yeah, I didn't... Given that Fenris is sort of a weird temporary character, I didn't really think about the fact that he could level up. So, endurance or vitality? Well, endurance seems not good at all, and vitality is, like, very directly relevant for him. So 1 point of vitality is 10 max HP. Yeah, I don't know that Fenris actually needed to be any better, but I'm glad to see that he's gotten a little better. And Brynhilde's actually close to another level as well. Reflex is evasion, right? Unfortunately, it's not super obvious what the conversion is there. Well, whatever. Let's not worry about it right now. From afar, you see rows of tombstones in the wasteland. This ancient desert graveyard is desolate and deserted. Feeling a lot better about our fuel situation. You spot the strange monolith from a distance as you enter the graveyard. As you approach, you notice a strange glow emanating from it. You examine the mysterious structure and discover a hand-shaped depression at chest level next to a series of jagged characters. Well, we don't unfortunately have the ability to read the inscription. There's a faint humming in the air, but you cannot make out its source. I mean, if you were building some sort of important structure, maybe like with a religious purpose or something, would you put a spot on it that says touch here to die? Like, probably that recess does something of value. Yeah, Jackson, put your hand in there. No, not the Baron. Oh, no, that is Jackson. Okay. Jackson places his hand in the recess on the obsidian monolith. The humming swells for a moment and then stops. Nothing happens. Just as you're about to leave in disappointment, you hear a soft click behind you. Yeah, there you go. It wouldn't make any sense to put a hand depression in there and have the words next to it say, hey, if you put your hand in here, this is totally gonna, like, kill you. Why would you put a negative, you know? You look around to see that the doors to one of the mausoleums have opened. Inside, you discover a rich haul of burial objects. Probably there will be no negative consequences from this at all. Okay, $180 worth of stuff. Also, that's kind of terrifying. Although it does sort of look like it's sitting in a bunch of Ecto Cooler. Man, now I want Ecto Cooler. I mean, Kool-Aid's basically just sugar water. I could make sugar water. At an oasis, you meet a merchant who is very eager to sell you his merchandise. That's great, because I'm extremely eager to buy his merchandise. Alright, so... we're not going to keep this around. We may as well just go ahead and sell that right now. Alright, so let's see what he's got here. We have some more heavy armor available. We really don't need any more heavy armor. We have another piece of light armor. Compression bandages. Out of curiosity, is it possible to have Fenris wear a coat? No, he will not wear anything over his coat. Over his natural coat. I guess that makes sense. You'd probably overheat him pretty badly here in the desert. Alright, so the benefit of having a second piece of light armor to swap on seems pretty limited. Maybe even nothing. And I don't think I really want to have 2 slots of my inventory dedicated to carrying extra medium armor. Especially considering we only have one person who can wear it. And this is like pretty bad armor. Let's go ahead and sell that too now. And let's take the compression bandages. We don't have a ton of healing items. I think it's probably a good idea. We do still have this stuff. I'm getting into kind of like a mega elixir place with this, where it's like, well, I can't use it. What if I need it later? I'd rather just die now than potentially die later, I guess. Listen, if things got dire, we would use it. A long-gone cold campfire gives you reason to stop and take a deep breath. Not wanting to waste time, you depart again. Wow, we really did not hang out long. Just long enough to breathe once. Alright, well, I guess let's move to the second map. It looks like this one only has 2 maps. Vultures circle the rocks. That's never a good sign in this inhospitable wilderness. With weapons drawn, you carefully approach a dried-up waterhole that you spotted among the rocks from afar. The startled vultures take flight, croaking their displeasure and exposing the scene at the rudimentary camp. You see various signs of an uneven fight, battered wooden crates, a slashed backpack, and the mortal remains of a man in a tropical suit. His body is perforated with multiple stab wounds. A tropical suit. In the dead man's chest pocket, you find a folded newspaper article entitled Shocking Blood Rites in the Egyptian Desert, written by a certain Percy Ashton. Murder by poison, kidnapping and blackmail. The Konesh Brotherhood's atrocities have terrorized our beautiful metropolis over the last few weeks. Who are the sinister powers behind this secret society? Rumors point to men of influence and prestige, but we do not wish to trouble our readers with speculation. The only thing that is certain is that the Konesh Brotherhood are increasingly moving their activities to the Middle East now that our police authorities are on their heels. Well, that's not great for us. You search the dead man's belongings and find a British passport. The murdered man was Percy Ashton himself. The reporter was probably following a hot lead when the Brotherhood got to him. You bury the man and swear to make those fanatics pay for his murder. I have a feeling that we're going to have an opportunity to do just that. Probably several opportunities to do just that. Yeah, so in the past, the final destination has not itself been a map, right? So I think this is probably the last map for this one. After your exhausting journey through the endless Egyptian desert, you finally cross the border into Sudan, ancient Nubia. This place in the deepest south, the highlands of Meroe, was once the ancestral seat of the lost kings of Kush. At the remote, dusty customs post, a scene of horror awaits you. Somebody, or something, attacked the officials, leaving nothing but death and devastation. You search the squalid mud hut, but find no survivors. Squalid feels a little judgmental here. In the courtyard, you see the rusted wreck of a car. The tank still appears to have a little gasoline. You search the customs post and take what little you can find. Then you continue your journey. You are all the more determined that the godless disciples of Turash Ra pay for their crimes once and for all. Yeah, the lighting could be hand-drawn. I think it's like voxel lighting, though. I think these are 3D scenes that are rendered to us as 2D. It's a good look. The game has a nice aesthetic. Okay, well, we are in no danger on ammo, and actually a pretty good place on fuel. I'm feeling very confident. So let's have a quick look. We're not going to go any further here, but let's just have a quick look at the map. There's another recruitment spot. We don't really need to recruit. Oh, actually, people are leveling up all over the place. Okay, the Baron could gain 6 armor, or gain accuracy on his rifle. I don't think we're going knife crit chance on him. We really want to be using the rifle as much as possible. Plus 8% crit on the rifle, or plus 12 accuracy, or better armor. I'm inclined to try to keep him out of trouble. I think we're going to go for increasing offense over defense. That's pretty much how I always do things. So he's currently at 15% crit chance. We can get that up to 23, or we could just make him better at shooting people who are in cover. Honestly, that hasn't been a big problem for us so far. It will be more of an issue when we're fighting Nazis. So we shouldn't just be like, well, it hasn't been a problem now, we can ignore this. But I wonder... I think I'm going to take the crit chance. Crit chance is always useful. The accuracy is only useful against people who are in cover because of the way the accuracy system works in the game. Yeah, I think I like that better. Not a lot of games where I wouldn't take an accuracy buff, but the fact that it's so easy to set up 100% shots in this game gives you some interesting choices to make. Yeah, not knowing exactly what the value of a 1 point of reflexes is, like in terms of direct conversion to evasion chance, makes me want to take the vitality. Let's see if the codex tells us. Where would that be? Basics, maybe? Yeah, affects the probability that a character can dodge an attack. It's tough to know. If 1 point of reflexes is 10% dodge, then this is probably pretty good. If 1 point of reflexes is 2% dodge, then this is pretty bad. And since we don't really have any idea, and taking this won't enable us to find out in any way, I'm just going to take the vitality. We'll take the thing that we know is okay. Alright, and with that, I think we are done for the day. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time for more driving a Jeep through the desert. It's more fun than it sounds. And we'll see you then.